Hi everyone, this is Angelica. How are you today? Today's video is going to be on spiritual gifts. Your spiritual gifts and how to find out what those are. And secondly, what these spiritual gifts are for and how you can better use these gifts to help serve humanity in the future. So, when you're going through a spiritual awakening process, in the beginning stages, your spiritual gifts are going to be they're going to be refined, meaning they're going to be added to and strengthened in order to help you help humanity more. So, in the beginning of your spiritual awakening journey, you may not really recognize what your spiritual gifts are. And the reason for that is there's too many things going on. You know, your life is in disarray. This is happening, that's happening. You know, you lost your job. You don't know if, you lost your partner, and, your whole life is shifting. So your spiritual gifts aren't going to be out in the open, and you're not going to really be aware of what those are in the beginning. But while all that is going on, while your life is kind of chaotic, at the same time, your soul is strengthening your spiritual gifts. These gifts are given to you and only you in order to help humanity. Everyone is unique. Everyone comes here with a specific set of spiritual gifts. Now, I'm not exactly sure on the number of those that you may have, but everyone has some that are really, really strong in them. And these are the gifts I'm speaking of, and the gifts that I would like to try to help you figure out. And let me just tell you that sometimes it's difficult to see these gifts in ourselves. It's easier for people that are particularly good at seeing these gifts in people. Now, my best friend is actually very good at seeing good in people, but at the same time encouraging them along their path. Now, I'm also really good at this. I'm good at seeing what people are good at and how these specific skills are going to be used in the future for their work in, their work in servicing others. So how do you find, what these gifts are? How do you know what they are? Well, you can start by, going off what people have maybe told you about, what you're good at. And this is a good place to start. Whatever you're really good at and whatever makes you really happy and passionate, that's a clue that those may be linked to your spiritual gifts. So, for instance, it would be good to kind of look back in childhood when they start, because we are born here on this planet with these gifts already in us. But they have to kind of, we're already really good at them, but they have to grow and progress, and we have to learn more about them, and they have to become more refined as our personality grows and we become more mature. At the same time, our skills, our spiritual gifts grow, and we're a bit better able to use them in a way that's actually productive and beneficial to other people. So think back about when you were a kid, and what kind of things did you like to do? Well, for instance, when I was a kid, my favorite thing to do was to play school. I loved being the teacher. I loved teaching people things. And so, I can remember sitting with all my sisters and my brother were all sitting in their little chairs, and I put out their little papers, and they would do their little lessons, and I would take the papers and I would grade them, going off of what I saw in regular school that I attended and doing the same thing with my brothers and sisters. So this was something that I really enjoyed and loved. And so now what am I doing? I'm teaching people. And I love to teach people. I love helping people to learn the truths about our world and about, the universe and about spiritual subjects. So the teaching has changed and evolved into something more than regular educational system, but it's still the same. It's still teaching, and I love teaching. Another thing I loved to do when I was a kid is I loved doing hair salon and makeup. That was my favorite. I loved putting things on the skin. I loved doing my sister's hair, and I had a little vanity, and I'd sit them down, and I would do the curling iron and all the stuff. So as I've gotten older and that's progressed, I've worked a lot in, skincare for women, and I now am working on making my own skincare products. So this has grown and evolved, but this is one of my spiritual gifts. Now, and you may say, how does, doing beauty on women, or like doing beauty products on women, like how is that linked to spirituality? Well, it's very spiritual to me because it's a time when I can actually be with the person in a very close way and make them feel more beautiful and make them feel very happy, because when women look beautiful, they feel uplifted and they feel happy. And what better way to do that than with natural organic products and things that actually feed your skin from the outside. So that's one of my spiritual gifts. Now, I have more. Those were two that just popped into my head right now, but I don't want to go on and on about those, about my own gifts. But I really want to help you guys, find your gifts and kind of, realize that there's a purpose for your gifts. There's a reason that you were born with the gifts that you were born with, whether that be counseling or guiding people. That's another one of my gifts, is counseling. And when I would do the skincare on women, I would also counsel them and guide them, and then they would come back and we would kind of like it was like a life coaching thing. That's how it started. And now I'm doing spiritual counseling so I can help people on their spiritual journeys through their spiritual awakenings. So it has evolved, and that's how your gifts will evolve. They will start out as one thing, and then they will grow and evolve, and you will get better and better at them until you will do that full time for a living. And that is what you were supposed to be doing, and that is going to help you and humanity, because you're going to be doing what you love. You're going to be using your spiritual gifts, and you're going to be having helping people, so that's going to be making you feel really happy too. So, think about what your spiritual gifts may be. What are the top 3 things that are really strong in you that you've been gifted with, that you can bring out there into the world to shine your light? Because those are the things that we need, We need your gifts, and we need you to be fulfilling those things. Because when everyone is, then everything can be happy and joyous and beautiful and wonderful. So I think that's all I wanted to say about spiritual gifts. I just kind of wanted to get you guys thinking about what yours might be. And if you want some one-on-one spiritual counseling guidance, then you can go on my website at angelstartherapies.com and schedule an appointment with me, and we can go over your gifts and we can see how to strengthen those. We can also talk about your spiritual awakening process and get you moving in the right direction to help you get through it in a way that is balanced, that's happy, that's harmonious, so that you have an easier time with it and you're able to get through it more quickly. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching this, and I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.